Hi, and welcome to the Energy of the Week. My name is Winona. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? How was your week? It has been a very crazy March, to say the least. I hope that everything is good with you. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced anything extreme during this eclipse season. We had the new moon solar eclipse in Aries just this past Saturday, March 29th, and that was very potent. And today, while recording this, March 30th, Neptune enters Aries, and that is a planet that only changes signs every 13 to 14 years. So let me know if you feel a shift or what's happening for you, or how is this being reflected in your personal life at this moment. It is a lot of energy in Aries, and that does feel like the possibilities, the opportunities are opening up, the confidence, the desire to make a change, a rebirth, a new direction is heavily in the air right now. So I already set the intention and already cleared the space for our reading from March 31st into April 6th, which is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts that we're already in April. And doing these readings, it's so crazy how fast time when we go week by week. So let's start with Monday. So Monday we have Justice, and I'm using the Territorial deck. So Justice, clarity, truth, fairness, balance, and responsibility. And this is number 11. So master number 11. I really feel I'm getting like a lesson, like you're learning something on Monday. We are being taught just dues is what I'm hearing. Revenge. They're telling me something about revenge. Revenge is a dish best served cold, which is such a weird message to get. But with Justice, it's like, it's more than karma is what they're giving me. It's more than karma. But there's a lesson being learned, and it feels deserved. I will say that. It feels like a lesson that is deserved, and it could be for us, it could be for someone else, or it could even be just something we're seeing out in the news or just out and about. You may see I went to a coughing fit right now, and I haven't really coughed like that in a long time, and it just seems like, right, we said clarity, truth, fairness, balance, responsibility. There's something that needs to be said. There's a truth that needs to get out. And it's it feels like a painful truth. It feels like something that just needs to be stated. And I'll leave that with Justice on Monday. And I'm going to let go of the energy because I don't want to cough like that anymore. So let's go on into Tuesday. So Tuesday, we have the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords and 3 of Pentacles. And so an ending or a failure. It could be a failure in teamwork and collaborating. This feels like a cutting of ties, like with coworkers or maybe with friends. Maybe there's like a project that it's not working. There's something out of sync in a group. There's something about being in a community and something just isn't working and needs to be let go of. Whether this is a belief, a mentality that needs to be changed, or like an attitude, or just severing off a friendship or severing off a connection and realizing that it really isn't your group, it isn't really your team, that like the place you're at isn't where you're meant to be. And this could be related to work itself. Maybe there's a realization that's happening on Tuesday that is a feeling of, I'm done with this isn't aligned with my values, and just a contemplation. Maybe it's not even the action yet, but just a realization of that. And that could be also related to Justice. Maybe there is a feeling of there is not a fairness where you work, fairness with your pay, fairness with compensation. And this could even just be in relationships as well. Like their harmony, the desire for harmony, and realizing that there are things that aren't working. Okay, so let's go into Wednesday. And so with Wednesday, we have the Queen of Swords. And this is somebody that is setting boundaries, somebody that is ready to clear the space, say what needs to be said. A lot of things that need to be said this week. A lot of communication, clear communication, very open and honest communication, and letting things out. I'm trying to think of, where is Mercury? Is Mercury in Aries right now? I'll have to double check that. But there is just like this, I feel like this like fierce need to say what is on your mind. And yes, so we have, right, the Queen of Swords is telling you to make judgments without emotion. And that is saying what needs to be said with understanding that people can handle emotions, and as long as you're respectful, you should not hold yourself to people pleasing. But sometimes it's better to be clear and honest and know everyone knows where they stand with each other. All right, so now we are going on into Thursday. And Thursday we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. This one was a weird one. It was kind of like a desire to be upright, but it just kind of fell into reverse. There could be some turmoil on the home front. There could be some, there you go, relationships that aren't meeting your attention this week. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of this is strife or conflict with others. Conflict in a situation is like the repeating theme, and having to be clear, having to be concise, being truthful, not being able to delude ourselves, which is kind of funny because Aries entering Neptune. Neptune is a planet of like illusions and delusions, but it's also like, you know, imagination. And it's funny because Aries, right, like, I believe that like Neptune and Aries may lead to like self-delusion, but there's almost something about Aries that I feel like does like cut through. That's very cutting. There is that. So you know what, I'm just gonna pull a card and then a reversal for 10 of Cups and see what more we can get. 10 of Cups in reverse. What does it mean? What it's about? I see. All right, 2 of Wands, Page of Swords on the bottom. Wanting to start something new. Wanting to go somewhere new. There's just some people here that just don't really align, or are just having trouble moving forward. We're having trouble moving forward. Like, it's like almost like people that just aren't on the same page. Like, we're just not on the same page. Everyone's kind of has different ideas about what the future looks like, and we're not we're not coming together. And so there could just be like a wobble. The cat. There could just be like a wobble in relationships on Thursday. Okay, so Friday. Friday we have, this is such an interesting dynamic. We have the 5 of Pentacles and the Empress. A lot of like kind of split energy, very split, right? It's just a feeling of not enoughness, but at the same time, it's like you are divine goddess. And regardless of gender, you're divine goddess. And it's like, there's this worry. There's like a worry that there may not be enough, not enough resources, not enough finances. And yet you are this abundant being. You are this abundant being. And what it is kind of giving as well with this pairing is maybe there is like a mismanagement of finances is what I'm hearing. It could be like overspending and not really taking care of our domain and being more perceptive or prioritizing what's the most important thing. It's not that you lack anything. It's not that you actually have more. You have more than what you think you do, but it's just not being allocated in the proper ways. And it's something that needs to be addressed on Friday. It's like most of the time, Fridays, I believe, are, at least in the West, at least in America, is payday. And so there's like Fridays, like it's like don't spend the whole paycheck. Really think about where we're putting our money, and not maybe even like changing that mindset, like changing the mindset from this lack mindset into the mindset of, hey, like I am abundant, I'm grateful for what I have, and not thinking about what we have as being too little, but as being enough, and just putting it where it is needed most. There is like a bigger shift I see that is needed for this, but it's being highlighted on Friday. So let's go on to Saturday. And Saturday we have the Page of Wands. So I really feel like there is like a new start, like a new like energy, a new jumpstart, a desire to focus on moving forward, focus on taking action. and kind of feeling like excited, kind of having that beginner feeling of like, oh, this is the first time, like this is the first time I'm doing this, like having that kind of energy behind it, a curiosity. And so we have inspiration, freedom, limitless potential, and exploration. You know, the Page of Wands is about that exploration. It's about trying something new and putting something into practice that you had in your mind into physical action. So Saturday, inspiration. You are inspired. Saturday is a good day to start something new, a good day to jump into a new activity that you've never done before, or even something that makes you feel new again. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing somebody is, you're tired of being tried. So exhaustion, overwhelmed, and lack of confidence. Others and their competitive natures have left you feeling vulnerable and inadequate. So interesting. Yeah, there is this, another repeating theme in this reading is like not being enough, not having enough. But I would say even like it's more like a mindset, like it's like a mindset shift that that needs to be switched, that needs to be changed, like a narrative that needs to be rewritten. And it's just like just being tired. And I get it. It's feeling there's just and maybe like it's legitimately like true. Maybe there isn't like enough. And so it needs to be divided up. Like whatever it is that we have needs to be divided, and maybe we can't have everything we want, all the luxuries or all the creature comforts that we want. But I am getting that like most of us have what we need in order to do well, in order to be okay. And looking at those things, looking at what we have as being good enough. You know, there is like this narrative that gets pushed about to consume more, like this feeling of like, oh, we don't have enough, but actually we do. We have like, you know, we're breathing, we have clean water mostly, and you know, maybe can't have like exorbitant amounts of food, but we can have, you know, probably enough amount of food and be pretty happy. But there is this there is a lot of marketing, a lot of targeting in the world towards people who are considered consumers that gets pushed because they want you to buy things that you need. Like they want us to buy things that we don't need, and kind of like keep us in a place that we don't even really realize. Sometimes we don't even really realize that. That's a whole spiel about the overconsumption that we do, at least out here where I am. So now let's go into the overall theme. And so the overall theme is the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, and that is so reflective, right? So reflective of what we've talked about. This is standing on business. This is about prosperity. This is about leading our lives, saving. It's like focusing on growing our wealth. It's focusing on our work, our homes, our security, what makes us feel grounded, what makes us feel safe and prosperous, and focusing on how we can continue to feel that way, and putting in the work, you know, like not staying in the energy of being being a victim of circumstances, but realizing like, hey, like there are things I can do, and maybe it's uncomfortable. Like this is Capricorn energy. King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, that is earth energy, right? But it really gives me, when I think of King of Pentacles particularly, I think of Capricorn energy. I think of a boss, like climbing to the top. No, it's not comfortable. No, it's not always fun, but somebody's got to dig their nails into the dirt and do it. And Capricorn will do that. That is like that earth like mentality. It's like not every, it's weird because, you know, I'm mostly water, like a water sign, but I do have a lot of Capricorn in my chart too. And earth, I have Taurus there too. But, you know, I would say like earth, like that energy, those signs, if you have it heavy in your chart, like it's not about emotion, which is kind of crazy to me sometimes. Like it's about like acts of service. It's about like doing what needs to be done that no one else will do, being organized, like doing the taxes, like doing the paperwork, like doing the boring things that nobody wants to do, but like we'll get you money, we'll get you, but we'll get you further. We'll move like the dial forward. That's heavy. So that is the theme of the week. So being in that energy of focusing and taking care of our physical security. And the advice for the week, I feel like that was already advice, but I have the King of Wands in reverse, and I actually don't resonate with what it has here somewhat. It does say selfishness, introversion, insecurity, and jealousy. Ah, I see. Yes. Right. Okay, never mind. This is true. So the advice definitely rings true. So it's, why don't we tug on those reins a bit? I do feel there is like a bit of overspending or desire to overspend this week. And I definitely resonate with that, because I actually did make some purchases this morning, and that might have been a bit impulsive, but all right, anyway. But it's like, don't overspend into an area where we'll get into trouble. And that's with energy, that's with time, that's with commitments. Like, do not overcommit. Do not only spend on things that will give back to you. Like, being so intentional and knowing that this energy may be really heavy, like, could be really helpful, that there is temptation, there is this, desire to, if we feel insecure, sometimes people we try to fill it with either food or fill it with things I like how the alarm just went off. But we try to do all these other things on the outside in order to feel good on the inside, in order to feel like we're okay. And that's how hoarding starts. So, so that is the advice for the week. Rein it in. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing the sacred space and time with me. I am so grateful. And thank you, Spirit, of course. Thank you, the Divine. I will see you next week, and I love you. Ciao.